Welcome back. The show is called Brand Equity, and I'm Sonali Krishna. Now, it is learned that YouTube India recently changed its advertising policy as far as branded content creation is concerned. According to major digital content creators, YouTube is now demanding that it needs to be informed in case there is a sponsor logo or a fixed slate placement at the beginning of the video. This change has obviously not gone down too well with content creators as well as advertisers who partner these channels. However, YouTube categorically states that there has been no policy change and this is merely a misunderstanding. Analysts in the know too are of the opinion that this move could be a deterrent for YouTube as digital content creation has just about taken off in India. So the question we're asking is whether YouTube is trying to milk its cash cow too early. Abhinav Trivedi gets to the bottom of it.
लसून साहब रूह अफ़ज़ा चूसते हुए हमें बताइए आपकी राय.
On my wedding night.
Visitors spectrum an increasing order of wavelength.
Over the last 2 years, we as a nation have witnessed a surge of YouTube channels such as The Viral Fever, All India Bakchod, East India Comedy and Being Indian, to name a few.
I like to report to the Indian people and the world. Yesterday at last, I wanted some chili cheese garlic naan or boyani.
But over the last few weeks, this ecosystem seems to be hit with some turbulence thanks to speculation and confusion over the economics of this platform.
What you say to me after coming back to India is,
will you marry me?
Most of these content creators rely on branded content and paid product placement as their main income generator. But of late, YouTube, the video platform which hosts these content creators, has allegedly changed its advertising policy by demanding that the content creators need to inform YouTube about any deals they are cracking with brands in terms of brand association, product placement, fixed slate placement or placement of sponsor logo before the roll of the actual video.
Whenever you're trying to create something for YouTube platform and it is with the brand, there were some certain guidelines and then you had to inform the platform about that. But I think lately what has happened is they have added one more feature to it, that when you're working and when you're creating a content with a brand and if there is a slate to be put in front of it and which has the logo, which is sort of a complete hard-coded association with the brand, they want us to inform, they want the creators or the studio to do that in tandem with YouTube.
When it comes to title card sponsorship, so you have a, in our case, Coupon Dunia and East India Comedy presents a video. When you have a title card, the sponsor has to also buy out all the pre-roll ads for at least a minimum of 48 hours from what I understand. So basically they have to buy out all the pre-roll advertisements as well. Or the other option is that Coupon Dunia can go to YouTube themselves and say, hey, instead of putting other advertisements before our video, put ours, which is this 5-second ad or whatever. So they will provide the title card for the video. I mean, essentially what this means is that there's another party that's coming in. Earlier, if I could go up to a brand and say, hey, let's work out a deal, I just get my money for the production, I'm done. Now we need to get YouTube involved.
This move from the world's largest online video platform has led to utter confusion and mayhem within the online content creation community in India. Speculation is rife as to how this policy change will pan out. Analysts believe that online content creation in India is still in its nascent stage and a policy change like this will only be detrimental for the entire ecosystem. Genres such as political satire and music would be the worst affected as the shelf life of these niches are very limited, unlike food,
गरम पैन में हम ये खरबूजे के बीज डालें.
health and fashion segments.
apply this on the tanned skin and leave it for 30 minutes.
It's like one more hoop to jump for. The whole reason that we feel they might have done it is, okay, they should be able to have a say in the content, whether they want to do it for the say of the media that is there, it is unclear in our mind. So the serious studios and creators, they always look to brand associations for revenues. And that is their biggest pie, that is 80% of the revenue. Imagine a brand which is spending X amount of money. A Cadbury's also, when it spends so much of money on a colors channel, it wants a Cadbury's presents KBC. So that is something which is very natural for brand as well as creator. So if there is anything which becomes a deterrence, which is like scares us like a squirrel, tabto I think it's gonna not really work out for the better of any of us.
Today, if I go to a sponsor and say, hey, I need 100 rupees for this next video. Now with YouTube coming in the picture, they say, hey, you have to also buy out all the pre-roll ads. So now it's not 100 anymore. It's 150. It's 300. I don't know what the amount is. But yes, the likelihood of a sponsor coming on board now is much lower.
It will only discourage the brands like us to participate because it will have processes involved. There will be approval required if somebody has to integrate the brand in any fashion. So we believe that it is going to create more processes because a lot of planning and execution goes behind in creating a masterpiece like the permanent roommates, right? What we have created. It takes a lot of planning and effort. So it will just delay the overall process and will kind of discourage the brands to integrate with the content creator.
This is cheating. I am cutting with you.
But YouTube has categorically stated that there is no change in its policy and that this clause was always in place.
I dare you. I double dare you. And if you viewers.
There is a confusion in the market, and we're working closely to make sure that there's clear understanding of our policies. Historically, we've always had a policy that did not allow burnt-in ads to be included in content that was uploaded to our site. And that's because we don't want advertising conflict to happen, because we also have advertisers that are buying inventory and we're serving up pre-rolls, etc. And so all we did was we updated our FAQs to clarify and we added a new answer in our FAQ section. So the policy remains the same and it has not been changed.
Thank you, Kejriwal and Kejriwal, for wasting my time.
Even if the policy existed before, none of the content creators followed it. Content creators, on the other hand, don't seem to be buying into YouTube's response and are questioning the timing of the development. Is YouTube then trying to milk its cash cow too early?
No, because we're encouraging our creators to work creatively and collaboratively with brands. Brand integration continues to be an opportunity for them. And what we're really talking about is clarifying an existing policy that really just focused on one specific use case, which was burnt-in ads.
We need to see that who's the one who's going to get affected by this particular change. Now, typically, if you refer to in-product brandings or in video kind of advertisement, typically top creators and large aggregators have access to such deals. And these are the select set of people who are going to get affected if any such terms kind of come in. Right? How YouTube is going to implement these changes is something which is really questionable, because as of now there's no technology which will allow you to find an in-product placement, right? So this will have to be done on a case-to-case basis. Now, does YouTube have that kind of a operational bandwidth to implement these changes? Not sure.
How can you use a Bollywood ringtone?
What is also noteworthy is the fact that this move could also prove fatal to YouTube, as Facebook, Vessel and many other platforms are also in the process of scaling up their video piece and are going all out to welcome unpoached content creators onto their side. As per Comscore data in 2013, Facebook's market share in the desktop video watching segment was 24%. On the other hand, YouTube stood tall at a staggering 58%. An year later, in 2014, Facebook's market share has jumped to 33%, while YouTube's share has slightly gone down to 56%. Additionally, Facebook also has the advantage of video sharing, unlike YouTube. It is not news when I say that online video consumption in India is growing at an exponential rate. And YouTube will have to tread rather carefully and focus on nurturing its ecosystem to keep the upcoming video platforms at bay. Otherwise, migration to other platforms may not be as distant a possibility as it appears today.
Misunderstanding or reality, the point is the days ahead promise to be interesting ones, given the fact that we're going to see content creators with critical mass be wined, dined and wooed by all platforms that are competing with YouTube. On that note, it's time to get commercial, but coming up,